Welcome to Peacemaker 360. My name is Christian, and today I'm here at the Young Peacebuilders Forum in Latin America, an initiative that was started by the United Network of Young Peacebuilders, and we're here with 62 participants from different countries around the world who are sharing their youth-led initiatives and trying to see ways to build synergies. So I'm gonna be talking right now to Lorraine. Lorraine is the leading coordinator of UNOY. Lorraine, can you say hi to our audience at Peacemaker 360 and tell us what is happening here today?
Hi, Peacemaker 360. Nice to meet you. And I wish there was more of you here today. We are here on the last day of the Young Peacebuilders Forum's 2019. It's the 5th or 6th, I don't remember, edition of the forum, 5th. But it's the first one that is happening outside of Europe and taking place at a regional level. I am the leading coordinator of UNOY. UNOY is, as you might already know, a platform of 100 youth-led organizations. We actually have 60 young leaders here today that come from 25 different countries and that have spent the last 4 days talking about how they can use global agendas to support their work at the local level through 4 different challenges: climate change, unequal access to resources, and the state of human rights and democracy. And it's amazing to be doing this in Colombia, where the peace process provides such a great example of what peace and security and making peace means in practice. And I'm sure that a lot of the participants can go home with some cool examples and some interesting lessons that they can apply or use in their work in their countries.
So probably one last question, Lorraine. If you think about the impact of this forum in the region, what are you hoping that would come out of this forum?
I'm hoping that the 60 young leaders, when they leave, don't leave it there, and that some concrete links and bonds have been created, and that will be sustained through the UNOY network with el apoyo,
the support
of our UNOY community at the regional level. And I have the feeling that this is going to happen because I've been hearing discussions informally but also formally throughout the different sessions of the forum where very concrete partnership proposals have been developed. And it's both up to us, UNOY, to make sure we continue fueling these, but it's also up to them to continue to maintain this energy and this cooperation.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Lorraine, for talking to us. Great. So you've just heard from Lorraine, and this is going to be a different, very exciting moment for all the young peace builders all across the Latin American region. As she mentioned, they all come from different countries, not just Latin America, but also come from other countries that you'll be hearing. As you can see, we have stands from people here from Belize, who is explaining their program.
You are your own individual person, so we have to look at what your skills are, what your strengths are, and then work with that. So that's how we create CV and a cover letter. And
then we have our brother from El Salvador, we have guys from Argentina as well, and we also have guys here from Zimbabwe. Buseratsi, I want to just ask a quick question. We're here live with a Peacemaker 360 audience. Could you maybe tell us from Zimbabwe, why are you here?
So, for me from Zimbabwe, I'm here because of the inspiration that the people of Colombia have. And I'm here because of the Young Peace Forum 2019. And the theme alone, leave no it behind. We have to be here to understand how young people are actually actively participating towards achievement of Agenda 2030, Resolution 2250. So basically what's happening here, young people are already participating towards it.
Excellent. And we may want to learn a little bit more. We know that political participation is really crucial in this implementation of Resolution 2250. From your experience in Zimbabwe, what are some of the key lessons that you think are important to keep in mind as you go back to your country, maybe things that you've learned from other peers here today during the forum?
One of the key issues that I realize when it comes to trying to claim the political space is, as young people, we have to freely express ourselves, not contradict or what, and we have to promote a culture of intergenerational dialogue so that we try to understand where we are coming from and where we are going. So through intergenerational dialogue, we're able to build the political processes because we have different views, but together we can build one nation. So that's my view that I have for the people of my country.
Thank you so much, Mr. Archie. It's been a pleasure talking to you today.
Thank you too, Christian.
Excellent. So as we continue discovering different members in the forum, it's also important to remember that political participation, as Mr. Archie just mentioned, is a very crucial challenge that young peace builders are facing in different countries around the world, and it's very important to create those spaces for dialogue. So let's listen to our friend from Colombia who is also presenting of a little bit of our work.
Y cuando él dice que no, entro yo. Y la razón por qué a mí no me cogen es porque entendí de un perfil muy alto para entrar a la casa. Y era como que gracias. Pero las cosas del destino son así. Cuando tú estás destinado a ser líder, tú vas a ser líder.
El universo conspira para ti.
When you are meant to be a leader, you will be a leader. Because you have this inside you. Got me?
Then they got it, for sure. You got it. You got it. If you're meant to be a leader, you gotta practice your leadership. Then we have brothers from Argentina building networks here with Colombians, and this is definitely the excitement and the atmosphere of the United Network of Young Peacebuilders First Regional Forum in Latin America. Y aquí tenemos una compañera de El Salvador. Si te quieres presentar a nuestra audiencia, por favor.
Hola chicos, ¿cómo están? Les quiero presentar nuestro proyecto. Se llama Impacto 2030. Impacto 2030 forma a las y los jóvenes que no tienen ninguna oportunidad o acceso a ella. Es golpe internacional. Con eso nosotros garantizamos descentralizar las oportunidades en el occidente, oriente y centro del país. Y básicamente consiste en la selección de 30 participantes por cada región, los cuales vamos a entrenar en un mes virtual de forma general en la Agenda 2030 de Desarrollo Sostenible. Luego de eso, lo innovador es que vamos a hacer un bootcamp de impacto en cada región, del cual vamos a pasar de la idea a la acción, y ellos van a tener un mes después de la capacitación para subir sus iniciativas y las acciones que en realidad son las que van a medir el impacto. Por ejemplo, si ellos limpian una playa, van a contribuir a los ODS 13 y 14. Eso equivale a 20 puntos. Al final es como una tabla de retos que quien más puntaje tenga va a ser reconocido. De esta forma vamos a contribuir a acciones dentro de la comunidad y las universidades. Tenemos una página que se llama, ustedes la pueden buscar, impacto2030.com, en el cual vamos a estar subiendo y dándoles seguimiento a todas las universidades.
Muy interesante. Quería también preguntarte también, porque muchos de nuestros seguidores vienen de Latinoamérica, la situación de jóvenes en El Salvador. En términos de participación juvenil en los procesos políticos, ¿cuáles han sido los retos grandes y cómo están ustedes apoyando?
Bueno, los retos más grandes que tenemos es la vinculación de todas las acciones que genera el Estado y sus instituciones con las organizaciones juveniles, las organizaciones no gubernamentales. Es bien difícil encontrar ese match y enlace entre todas las instituciones. ¿Por qué? Porque somos jóvenes y no tenemos experiencia. Sin embargo, hemos demostrado que estamos contribuyendo y participando en acciones muy concretas en nuestro país y las estamos llevando hasta Naciones Unidas. Naciones Unidas sí nos ha escuchado. Y ahorita tenemos una nueva oportunidad con el nuevo gobierno para que nos pueda escuchar y nosotros podamos enseñarles acciones muy concretas de lo que estamos haciendo en El Salvador.
Muchísimas gracias por esa explicación y gracias por todos los seguidores quienes están siguiendo. So we continue with the Market of Purpose today here in Bogota, and I want to introduce you to a very special friend from Brazil. Pedro, could you say a few words to our viewers online who are tuning in into the Market of Purposes tonight?
The main goal here is to find great projects to be collaborating with and can help another way and seek people that can collaborate and understand that the environmental dimensions is also inside peace. So working for the environment is also working for peace. And this is my main purpose here, to try to connect the agendas and to build these bridges between the peace and the environment.
Absolutely, and
by the youth, of course.
It's very important to highlight that because climate change is a huge issue currently around the world, and we've seen also that the global movement politicians tend to sometimes get polarized around whether to implement policies like the Paris Agreement that really seek to cut down the emission of carbon dioxide. So my question to you and to those who are listening to us, we are at the Young Peacebuilders Forum of UNOY in Latin America, and we're talking to Pedro from Brazil, who's going to share a little bit what do you think is the best way young people can push their government to take climate very seriously.
Greta has inspired us with Fridays for Future to every Friday make a strike, but we are seeing that's not enough because the politicians are not taking it seriously. So my advice or my suggestion is that Fridays for Future should be every day. Like we should be working and trying to make this influence and this pressure to the governments in the daily life, not only in an event, not only in a moment, but it's everyday commitments that will make us change this reality.
And absolutely, you're right. It has to be part of our day-to-day engagement. But at the same time, in so many countries, this is true, that political repression against human rights activists, journalists, takes a very huge momentum. You coming from Brazil, you know better the situation of how the government has repressed so many of human rights activists. So what do you think, how do you engage with a repressive government, especially on issues that matter like climate change?
I feel that the way that we can go when the government or the politicians answer us with violence, it's about being creativity, it's about being related to creativity, and this is why I propose many times to do activism, that activism through arts as a way to promote awareness without having words specifically, but in a sense that we can create images and can create scenarios that people can understand what we are trying to say without saying by words, because politicians like too much to speak and to say so much, but in terms of actions, most of the time do not reflect their speeches. So this is what I'm looking for, that youth do not need to say so much, they need to do more, and by they are doing, they are also speaking. So
wonderful, and thank you so much, Pedro, again for talking to us today. The Young Peacebuilders Forum in Latin America was convened by United Network of Young Peacebuilders, and here is basically the banner of the event. This is the 5th iteration of the forum and the first one in Latin America. It's definitely an excitement for all of the Young Peacebuilders attending here, and we ask you too, how can you support the movement that is being formed? If you know of any institutions in Latin America, people who are working with young people and institutions that can support in one way or the other, please keep us posted, and let's continue working in supporting youth inclusion, not only in peace building but also in political processes, as we've heard so many of the participants mention here today. Thank you for tuning in live at Peacemaker 360. Christian Chito. Take care. Bye-bye.